Hello and welcome. My name is Mihai Nakshu and I'd like to say thank you very much for dropping by and listening to our video today. I really appreciate you taking the time to listen. Thank you. I am the Business Development Manager here at Beta and I want to welcome you to our new BI business. The purpose of this video is to introduce you to our very first Excel dashboard built on top of our Microsoft Navision BI solution. In this short video, we'd like to answer your question: if we use Beta, what are our Navision BI dashboards actually going to look like? Okay? Of course, Excel being Excel, it is possible to build dashboards that vary in many ways, shapes, and forms. Excel has added many features over the recent years to make it more and more useful as a reporting and dashboarding tool. You might even have people in your own company who are even better at Excel than we are. With the addition of slicers and Power Query, Excel becomes a viable tool to develop very nice dashboards. It has been quite a good tool for building reports for a long time. We've studied how others have chosen to build dashboards, with particular fans is Stephen Few, and we followed his work for many years. So, without any further delay, please allow me to introduce you to our very first dashboard. So, how have we laid out our dashboard? Firstly, we have a logo, which you can replace with your own logo, of course. Next, we have a color legend, so that the colors that people will see are well defined very early in the viewing experience. The color legend does not need to be repeated once the user has become familiar with the colors used. Next, we have the heading for the dashboard. This should be some heading that is meaningful to the user. This particular dashboard is for the revenue and unit variance by various demographic attributes of customers. We're not so concerned in explaining what the dashboard shows in this demonstration. What we want to show you are the features you can expect on our future dashboards. Coming down to the left-hand side, we have the slicers for this dashboard. Slicers in Excel can be single select or multiple select. The setting is altered by clicking on the three ticks in the heading of the slicer, just like this. The next slicer down selects the month or months of the year or years you wish to slice into on all the charts on the dashboard. In some cases, for future dashboards, we'll have some charts that are not linked to the slicers. On this dashboard, the third slicer is the product category. Notice that we've altered the category names from the actual category names of our development partner. Here we can select multiple product categories, or we can select only one product category. Now, onto the charts. Obviously, any chart that is supported by Excel can be used. In this case, bar charts are best to represent the variance of revenue and units from the subgroup to the overall group average. Please note that the numbers you'll see on this dashboard have all been generated with a random number generator, so that the numbers themselves are meaningless. Now, we can see there are 6 charts on the top level dashboard. And there's a chart for each of age band, income band, life stage, number of dependents, gender, and marital status. These 6 characteristics of people are used in our first dashboard because long experience has shown that these characteristics of a customer are highly predictive of likelihood of buying quite a wide variety of products. Of course, in our data models, there are many other characteristics which are available to be analyzed in reports and dashboards. For this, please refer to our blog to download all the information we've made public about our data models. So, let's look at the age band chart. The data has been randomly generated and so does not show the normal distribution of revenue and units across all age groups. The chart shows the actual percentage differences of the subgroup to the group. Now, I'm going to click on different categories and watch the percentages change. I'm going to click only on category B and watch the percentages change. Okay, so you could see the percentages change. That demonstrates that all the charts are linked to all the slicers. We're now going to click on category E and use that in the remainder of the demonstration as the one category selected before we select other categories. Now, in the top right hand corner of the age band chart, you can see 3 dots. Okay, you can see the dots. Now, when we click on the 3 dots, we drill down to the next dashboard underneath this dashboard. This is how we've implemented drill down, and most people recognize the 3 dots to mean go further. Now, we'll click on the 3 dots for the age band chart. Okay, now you see that we've drilled down to the next level dashboard. Notice that the slicers on the left hand side of the dashboard have the same values selected. Notice also at the top of the dashboard is a return arrow. If we click on this return arrow, we'll return to the higher level dashboard. So, let's click on the return arrow and I'll show you how we return to the higher level dashboard. There, we're now back where we started on the higher level dashboard. Of course, all 6 charts have the same function. You click on the 3 dots and you drill down to the next level dashboard, and when you click on the return arrow, you'll come back up to the higher level dashboard. Now, I'll drill back down again. Here we are on the lower level dashboard again. What I'd like to show you here? On this dashboard, we do not have the percentage variance by age group on the chart. We have the absolute variance with the length of the bar chart showing you the relative amount of variance. So, you can see that for category E, the 0 to 5 age group have a negative variance in revenue of minus 1,280 RON. This chart is showing you the revenue variance by age band. The chart on the right shows you the same, but in units. For the 0 to 5 age group, there's a negative 256 variance from average. Of course, because the products in the category come in different sizes, the number of units sold variance is not as useful as the revenue variance, and this needs to be taken into account. On this dashboard, we have some more interesting reports. We've included some pivot tables that are drillable so that the user can drill down in the underlying data in a number of ways. Let's look at the first pivot table. This pivot table allows us to drill down by year and month. Let's click on 2016 and August. As you can see, the variance by age month for that month is displayed, and you can see the absolute number of units, the revenue, and the variances in percentages. So, the drill down table gives you all the information the user might want about the variances for the category selected. But what if you want to compare some different categories? This first pivot table shows us all the categories selected for the month. Sure, we can jump around and select different categories from the slicers and then see the changes, but we cannot have both amounts on the screen at the same time in the first pivot table. In the second pivot table, we can drill down to the different categories for all months selected, and we can compare categories for all periods. So let's select 2 categories and I'll show you how this works. I'll select category B as well as category E. And now I have 2 categories I can compare in my pivot table. Here, we can see how we can show the variances for the different categories for all periods selected. Okay, see how that works? Of course, the last case is to be able to compare categories down to individual months and not for all months selected by the slicers. The third pivot table allows the user to drill down to the month level before drilling down to the category level. Let's show you how that is done. Here you can see that we've drilled down to August 2016 and we're able to view the revenue, units, and variances for categories B and E. Obviously, we could put many other pivot tables on this page, but you get the idea. Now, let's minimize the drill again and go back up to the top level dashboard. Now, I just want to cover some points about our dashboards that are not obvious from this demonstration. All the data required to present a dashboard is stored inside the Excel spreadsheet. In the cases where there are many pivot tables to be linked to slicers, the data will be in Excel Power Query and exposed via Power Pivot. Then, the slicers will be applied to the pivot tables. By doing this, we do not need to use SSIS cubes as the data source for Excel workbooks. To minimize the issue of the amount of data in a spreadsheet, we limit the data in the spreadsheet to only that data needed for the user who is using the spreadsheet. So, let me describe a brief example. Let us use the example that you have 10 region managers for stores and they have about 20 stores each they manage. And let us say they want to perform a demographic analysis for just their stores, like the revenue and unit variance dashboard that you have in front of you. The normal way that an Excel dashboard would be built would be to place the data in SSIS and then build one Excel dashboard. The region managers would then select their name when they enter the dashboard. There might be another slicer for the region manager, for example. The one dashboard would be made available for all region managers and they would all get their data from SSIS as queries against the same cubes. In contrast, we would create one spreadsheet, but we would run what is called a Meta 5 capsule 10 times, and we would provide the region manager as a parameter to the capsule. The capsule would run 10 times and it would put a copy of the spreadsheet in some location, perhaps a OneDrive folder, for each of the region managers to retrieve. And this way, each of the 10 spreadsheets produced will only have the data needed for each individual region manager. If the spreadsheet is sent to the PC or tablet of the region manager, then the response time will be all the faster because the spreadsheet will not have to send a query back to an SSIS cube for each change in the slicer settings. By using Meta 5 to populate spreadsheets rather than using SSIS cubes, we're able to reduce the amount of work needed to support the Excel dashboards. For you, this translates into lower development and support costs over the long period you would be using these dashboards. And lower cost is good, right? Now, I hope I've answered your question. If we use beta, what are our Navision BI dashboards actually going to look like? This is just one example of what they look like. Of course, there'll be different formats and different functionality for different business areas. P&Ls and balance sheets do not require this sort of functionality. However, analytics for your marketing department will require that many varied characteristics of customers are able to be analyzed in order to determine what the next best offer is for specific customers. If you'd like to know more details of exactly how such dashboards are created, we'd be pleased to give you a more detailed one-on-one demonstration. At this point, it is enough to say that such dashboards can be created from any data sourced from anywhere using Meta 5. You don't even need our Navision data warehouse to get started with dashboards like this. Of course, while building the dashboards, getting the data from our Navision data warehouse. So, I'd like to say thank you very much for watching our video today. We really appreciate you taking the time to watch this demonstration. We hope you'll learn some useful things from this video, and we hope you're interested in having these sort of dashboards for your company. If you have any questions, then please contact me via the contact page on our website or just call me. My phone number is there as well. We look forward to hearing from you. Thank you very much.